Hello guys. Today we're troubleshooting a non-functioning radio antenna on the 7th generation Toyota Corolla. That's right, I do believe this is a 7th generation car. 7th, 6th, something like that. It's the AE101 and I have this 7AFE 1.8 liter 16 valve 4-cylinder. Now this is the same on the 1.6. It's the same on the 5-speed as it is the automatic. It doesn't matter what sound system your car has, aftermarket, factory, whatever. This is about the actual antenna that bolts up right here. As you can see, I'm holding my antenna. Well, here's the dilemma behind mine. There it goes down in here like so, and sits like about there, and it bolted up, and it didn't work. Now this car has had one of those cheap Mako paint jobs before. Just a little white with a black pin stripe, almost back to factory. But anyway, it's been painted before. So, I got curious that the antenna wasn't working. Think about it. When they go to do your car, this is in the way. The antenna hangs up. It's not that easy to tape around and get out. So my guess is that they just decided to unbolt it. Well, when they undid the 2 bolts and pulled this out, it only came out so far, but because the wire was attached down in there and they couldn't get it to come out much farther than this, more than likely. So they decided the smart move would be to snip the end of my radio antenna wire. Clean cut. That was not torn. That's been cut with a pair of wire cutters or a knife or something. It's just been cut right through. And then they probably said, oh, look at that. Now we can paint it. And as you can see, the paint matches right underneath it, so more than likely they just snipped this and took this and threw it down there and painted it. Didn't even worry about all the overspray they got all over my trim or the corners of the windows, whatever. So this is my dilemma. All I have to do is grab that end of the wire, which you see right there, pull it out, cut it and splice it back onto my antenna, and voila. I'm gonna have a radio again. But let's say that's not your case. Let's say you undo that and it's still hooked up and it's not being cut, like you see my wire hanging right there. Alright, well, first off, if you have an aftermarket radio, pull your radio out and make sure it is hooked to the back of your radio. Make sure it's hooked up. You might have put it in when you did it, but wiggling it and getting it to fit in there right as you put it back together could have knocked it out. So, once again, let's say you pull the radio out and it's still connected. Well, there's another connector for the radio. You have to go down to the floor. And this is on the driver's side. You can see the pedals over there. This is an automatic. It's the 4-speed overdrive. And then you got a little kick panel right here you can take off to get the fuses, I think. Yeah, to get the fuses. We're not worried about that. All my fuses are fine. But if you look right here, you'll see a black cable. And if you look up in there, the cable's got a big old connector. Right there, it's an extension that goes all the way up through the corner trim of the door and up to the top of the window. This right here could also be your problem. This is your radio antenna. If you look right there and that is unplugged, plug that back in and try it again. As you see, it goes way up underneath there. It goes all the way back up through here and then back up into here and then goes in up in here, comes all the way out. So if it's still connected up underneath there, I'll show you again. It'll be a little black wire right here in the corner, and then you'll see that big old foam piece and the connector right there. So let me show you the location again. You're in the car on the driver's side. I'm sorry it's dark. I'm trying my best. You're on the driver's side. You just go right down to the kick panel, and there it is with the big old foam piece on it right there. That's it. Make sure all that's connected. Make sure it's connected to your radio. And if all else fails and you end up with a issue like mine, and Mako has screwed you, or whoever did it screwed you, you're going to get some really long pliers, pull that out, and cut and splice it back up, which is exactly what I'm going to try to do. Now, I'm ordering right now off of eBay. If you don't want to have to go through all this trouble, eBay is a miracle. They sell those cool little fin, shark fin antennas like a BMW has, that you just stick right down here. It also comes with a power wire, because it uses like a trickle of 12 volt power. I don't even know if it even draws a whole volt, but it uses a teeny bit of power to amplify the signal. And it's like $17 on eBay. So I'm actually going to order one of those, the little shark fins, and just stick it right there and then wire it up to my radio so I pick up stations even better. Or you can even buy aftermarket ones that'll bolt in here if you want that, or you can get the aftermarket ones that you can drill a teeny little hole right here on the corner of your trunk lid and have it hanging up around the trunk or wherever you want it. And I'll probably make a video when I order a new antenna. This is just to get me, it's the holiday seasons right now. It's Christmas, and I like to listen to Christmas music. I can't really do that. I don't pick up the stations. It tries to, but it can't. Like I said, it's been cut. So I kind of like to listen to a few Christmas songs before the whole holiday season's over. Once again, so I am just going to take, and there's two pieces to this wire. Let me see if it'll focus. It's not going to focus, but there's two pieces to this wire that you can kind of see the white part, and that's an insulator. And then into the dead center of the white part, there's a teeny weeny little cable. That's got to be spliced separately. And then on the outside of the white part, there is another cable, which you can kind of see the copper reflecting, and that's it's on the outside of the white insulator, and those have to be connected too. It's got two different sets of wires in it that have to be spliced together. Well, they've got to be spliced separately, but you understand what I'm saying. The center part has to be spliced together with the other center part, and the outside has to be spliced together with the other outside part. So we're going to try to do just that, and then we're going to see if we can pick up any stations. Alright. Alrighty guys, well here's what I've got so far. I pulled the wire out of there, and as you can see, I've got both the little ends spliced together, and I've also got both of these bad boys spliced together. And this is just temporary. I'm going to wrap it up in some really good electrical tape and even some black Gorilla tape, and then I'm going to bolt it all back together. But this is just to see what it's going to do and if it's going to work. So let's try. I've already got it on a station. YouTube doesn't like copyrighted music, so we're going to play this for maybe a second. Alright, as you can see, it worked, and it just cut out because my battery's about to die. Battery in this car is shot. So let's try that again just for a second.
My 1025.
Everybody get up.
As you can hear, I hope you can hear, we'll try a different station. And there you go, just like that. We are picking up stations now, which is a whole lot better than it was before, because this is just sitting in my garage with the door down at the bottom of our driveway. So if it can pick it up down here in our basement, I think once we get it out of here and up on the street, it's going to pick it up even better. So this was the fix for my car. Simple as cut wires. So this is very common if you do go get a cheapo paint job and the antenna is in the way like this and they just need to get it out of there. If they can't pull it out or push it all the way in, they're just going to break the whole thing off. As you saw, they had cut my wires, and anyway, got it all spliced back. All you're going to need to do this is some type of needle nose like these, small enough to get down in there and pull the wire out if you've got the same problem. And then I just used a knife to cut the edges off and splice it together. And now I'm about to go get some tape, tape it all up, bolt it back in, and we're going to have tunes, and we're going to be done. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. If you need any more other how-to tutorial videos, I'm doing a whole lot to this car this month. If anybody else wants to see anything, I've also got CV axles. I've got the driver's side and the passenger side brand spanking new CV axles. to go on the car. I'm also going to be putting aftermarket wheels on the car. And not only with aftermarket wheels, but I don't know if I'm going to do coilovers or lowering springs. But either way, if you're going to want to see how to do something, please do not feel shy. Just ask away. I'll be more than happy. There's plenty on this car I can do for you. I know this is one. The passenger window does not roll up or down. You turn the key and all you get are funny noises. The motor is working. It's just not moving. That's probably going to be my next project. Is we're going to get that window working. So once again, this is just for now. Doing the radio antenna. So once again, this particular car is a 94. It is also the 1.8 liter overhead cam, 16 valve, 4-cylinder with the 4-speed automatic. And there are some things that I need to do to it. So, like I said, anything you want to see done, do not hesitate to ask. Like I said, I'll be more than happy to do whatever, because I'm sure we probably have some of the same issues. And if I can help somebody out, then that just makes my day even better. Alright guys, well I appreciate you watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Stay tuned for more Corolla videos and other things to come. And Merry Christmas.